I am Jennifer from Cultaholic. This is This Day in Wrestling, and I'm joined by the lovely Sam.
All right.
Hello.
Hello.
The 11th
Doing my
of
double
April.
hand wave again. 11th of April.
11th of April.
Yeah.
Definitely one for a double-handed wave.
That's the one. 11th of April
Definitely.
is the best day ever.
Is it?
Yeah.
Actually, do you know what? It's a really important day because we'll just fire in the leads me in nicely. Nicely to 1963, where the first ever WWF,
the World Wide Wrestling Federation.
that's the one, championship was presented to Buddy Rogers.
Yeah, so Buddy Rogers was sort of eyed up to be the champion of the WWF after it broke off from the NWA and formed and everything. And he had won a tournament in Rio de Janeiro, which was all lies. It was all lies just to make him look impressive. And they handed him the belt, and that made him the first WWF champion. That would eventually go on to become the WWE Championship that we know today. So it's a really historic moment.
That's a huge moment. That is a huge.
It's WWE says it started on April 25th, but it aired on this day. It was on television on this day. So there's a bit.
Oh, so there's a wee bit of a...
Yeah, so WWE,
There's too many W's.
God, I'm in the nice stuff. They claim it started later than it did, but it's definitely the 11th
But it's definitely...
of April. Yeah.
Well, I trust our facts.
Yeah.
Your facts.
Wikipedia.
Always, everything on Wikipedia is right. But yeah, no, so like Buddy Rogers had this belt. He didn't have it for very long though.
No.
22 days, I believe.
Yeah, well, you gotta get some names on the belt, I guess. Really build some feuds.
This is true. 22 days though, quite short.
It's back in the day though, that was like, you know, territories and wrestling was still very much real and people bought into it a lot more and the business was very well protected.
Who did he lose the belt to?
Sammartino.
Was it Bruno Sammartino, yeah?
Who held it forever.
Yes, forever and ever.
There you go, so
And then
not that important to get names on the belt.
until, you know, like, what? He was like 158?
So this leads us on 1997.
Yeah.
Which was a very interesting day for a man, Leon White, who we all know as Vader.
Yes.
So you tell me the story, because
Leon
actually
White
all yours.
caused an international incident. WWF were at the time overseas in Kuwait doing like a miniature tour, and obviously back then with wrestling being so prominent in the West, I think it was sort of
That's a huge thing.
Vader and Undertaker were both brought onto a talk show, being the two bigger names on the tour, and they were told in advance that the host was skeptical about wrestling and was going to ask them the question of whether it was real or not. And then Undertaker was like, okay, ran it by everybody and was like, this is what I'm going to say. Everybody was cool with it. But Vader, I think Vader got pushed a little bit too far by the host after Undertaker had given this sort of speech and just sort of stated what wrestling is and how hard it is to compete as a wrestler, all that stuff. Vader just got in the guy's face, choked him, trashed the studio, flipped tables, but then it would essentially end with Vader getting arrested. Vader then gets detained and put under arrest in his hotel. Then there's this massive storm and Vader can't get out of the country. Everybody else has already flown home, so Vader's been dealing with the police. Vader ends up like trapped in a hotel room under house arrest, going stir crazy, calling head office trying to get a flight home. So they're waiting for airports to open back up. He's trashing the room every day and drinking the bar dry every night. And basically, eventually he gets sent home, and then in Kuwait, pro wrestling was banned for 10 years.
That's crazy.
Just because of Vader.
Because of Vader. Like, just because of Vader.
Just because Vader grabbed one innocent man and just throttled him.
That's like, I don't know, do you think he'd be proud of that?
I mean,
like,
I'd imagine so.
Would you be proud of that?
It's a very conservative country, I guess, and for him to do that's very disrespectful, but...
That was disrespectful.
You know, it's Vader. It just sort of plays into his character a lot.
That's true.
And it's a funny story.
Do you think he celebrates this day?
Maybe.
I hope he does. I hope he does. I hope he goes on holidays to Kuwait.
I want to know if he celebrates the day when Stan Hansen popped his eye out as well. In New Japan, he had to pop his own eye back in the ring.
What?
Yeah, he was once wrestling. I think it was Stan Hansen, but he goes down. I think he's got him in like a headlock takedown, and his thumb slips, and it just goes what? And you just see Vader's eye like bulge. Vader has to just sort of pop his eye back in. It is horrible, but he wrestles for like another half hour with his eye just like bulging. And he was just the
Vader
hardest
has
man on
gone
earth
from
after
being
that.
a complete villain to an absolute legend. So,
Yeah,
Vader. Well, I hope you're having a nice day, whatever you're doing. So, 2011 was a sad day for a lot of wrestling fans.
Yeah.
Like, I'd say majority of this era. It was the day that Adam Copeland, Edge, as we know him, announced his retirement from in-ring action.
So Edge had
sad.
had problems with,
Injuries
I believe, his neck and his head and trauma and things like that. And eventually he'd just been told, following his Mania match, that basically that was it. Like, you can't wrestle anymore, you might die. So he came out, and it was out of nowhere. It was
It was just kind of
sad.
like, well, I was just saying there, officially he was diagnosed with cervical spinal stenosis. I don't even know what that is.
It just sounds really terrifying.
It sounds really, really terrifying. Also sounds a bit weird, like.
I mean, it's just the agony of the crowd as well.
I know, that was
because it's like
horrible.
nobody really
And
believes.
him as well, like,
but like nobody really believed it was real.
No.
And then you start to cry, and it's just like, it was like when Daniel Bryan, like it was
so many sad things.
sad, just so
Why
sad.
are you taking me back to really horrible times, Sam? Like,
That's what I do. I'm just a miserable bugger.
it's like Pacini wants death everywhere. You're making me cry. Like, this series is sad. What's your favourite Edge moment? There you go.
Oh,
I'll say mine. Mine is 2000. No. Yeah, well, no. It'll be WrestleMania 17. So what was that?
2001.
The TLC when
the
he
spear.
speared.
Yeah, the spear is probably my favourite Edge moment as well. I think every single Brood entrance when they came up through the floor as well. To Gangrel's banger of a theme with a little circle of fire.
Yes.
Although the lights out moments, what were they? The bloodbaths when the lights would go down and they'd very quickly get a stagehand like a bucket of red paint. That was bad. The live sex celebration, of course, everybody loved that. That was great. The really awkward storyline between him and Matt Hardy after their real life got sort of pushed into that. That was I don't know how both guys sort of worked through that. That must have been horrible. But I've got to say, it's got to be TLC 2 with the spear.
Yeah,
has to be.
Amazing. Oh, Edge, Adam.
Give us a 5-second pose. Alright,
There's a wedding. We've not had a wedding in April. Have we? We spoke about, have we? No, we spoke, maybe not. Yeah.
No, we haven't had a wedding, I don't
know.
believe.
No, we've not had a real life wedding anyway.
Yeah.
And it's the wedding of Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella in real life.
Yeah.
So
just really, apparently a really nice, quiet ceremony.
It was so cute. Did you watch it on Total Divas?
No,
You can admit it here. It's a safe space.
Kenny used to bang on about Total Divas all the time, and I
It's
could
so
never
good.
ever watch it.
Why?
I couldn't bring myself
Could you
to do
please
it.
watch it for me?
I'll try.
Yes. This day in wrestling, Sam agrees to watch Total Divas.
Oh God.
But no, it's amazing. It's actually a really gorgeous ceremony, typical to them, very outdoorsy, nice.
Did anybody crash it?
Who was there? I mean, it was all the nobody
Was
crashed
Vince
it.
there?
No, he wasn't there.
Oh.
It wasn't like a wrestling wedding. It was an
That's a
actual
shame, like,
lovely wedding.
Just as they're about to, like, they get to the bit where it's like, if anybody's got any reason, and then in comes Stone Cold on a quad. Like, that's what you'd want. That's
Is
what
it
you'd
for your
want.
actual wedding?
I don't know. Just Stone Cold being there would be class.
It would actually be nice. Like, there's nothing else to really say. It's a personal moment between the two of them.
Yeah, I guess.
And I hope they're celebrating their anniversary.
Happy wedding day.
Yeah, anniversary. I would actually love to see more weddings on this list. Who do you think, right, wrestling couples in real life, who's next? Well, obviously John and Nikki.
Yeah, John and Nikki
that
are
date's
next.
set.
When is it?
Well, they're not telling people,
Oh, God.
obviously, because I'd be there.
I've heard he's like apparently
Crying.
starting to come around to the idea of having kids as well. I don't know if that's Vince just going have children, because he'd do whatever Vince told him. But yeah, apparently he's come around to the idea of having kids. So there might be little Cenas.
Please, that would make my life.
I don't know who else though. Like
Little
Braun and
Cenas in
Alexa. That's the next wrestling wedding we'll see.
I would love that.
When was the last on-screen wrestling wedding?
Probably one of Stephanie's, no?
No.
I can't remember.
Edge and Vicky?
Maybe Edge and
There must
Vicky.
have been
Yeah.
one since then. I don't know.
I don't know. It's like it was such a like staple thing that
I
would happen
loved a
almost
wedding.
every week.
Wrestling weddings are my favourite. So that was this day in wrestling, and you can follow me on Twitter here. If you like what we do at Cultaholic, you can support us by pledging to our Patreon, patreon.com/Cultaholic. And most importantly, don't forget to hit subscribe and join us.